Well, I want to present some new angles on silver and how we can really get the price moving because, we're stuck with the metal, right? Anyway, one thing I always thought about with the silver community, too, it almost reminds me of this hippie movement. Psychedelic silver, that could be a marketing ploy, too. And, magical properties of silver, that could be a marketing ploy. But I'm going to put out another marketing ploy that could really move this metal and will never be melted down again, probably, too. And it'll be totally off the market and taken out of supply. So I got a couple ideas on that, and there's actually something new that could be made that could be very useful to bringing up silver demand. I'm just surprised that the silver pumpers like, Max Kaiser or something didn't bring this up. Hey, buy a coin, break JP Morgan. Hey, they're trying to get you to buy silver, that's what they're doing, right? Well, the way to do it is through fashion, jewelry. And there's a new product out there called Argentium Sterling Silver. It never tarnishes, and that's the difference between Argentium Sterling Silver and regular sterling silver is that Argentium Sterling Silver has germanium in it versus copper. It's still 92.5% silver, so it's true sterling, but it never tarnishes, never, ever, ever. So, if you really got smart with this and you started bringing out the mystical properties of silver and having a silver that is Argentium, that is just as pretty as platinum, but it never tarnishes. The problem is with silver, as we know, the good side of it is, like when you first get it, it's very shiny. Like if you have a jewelry piece, it's very shiny. It's the shiniest metal. It's the shiniest of all the precious metals. The luster is fantastic. But if you took it in the water or got, sweat on it or something like that or whatever, it gets screwed up, and it gets tarnished. You got to keep shining it all the time, but not Argentium. So, you can actually sell things like this, the belly chain or whatever. And this is a way to get silver, an ounce of silver in the hands of everybody. Now, we'll find out if this is going to crash JP Morgan. Anyway, we could crash JP Morgan with belly chains. That's the way I look at it. Earrings and toe rings and belly rings and all this other shit. That's the way to crash JP Morgan. Right there. With fashion. Max Kaiser, are you listening? You nitwit. Anyway, I don't know why these people didn't. I thought of this before. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm going to put it out here because, oh yeah, you could pay me a commission for every single one of these things you sold because I told you this. Anyway, it's bullshit. Anyway, but that could move up the price of silver. Like for instance, it's been out. The product's been out, but I'm surprised. Instead of the "Don't Tread on Me" coins, they ain't pushing this stuff because, a "Don't Tread on Me" coin could be sold to somebody else. It could be melted down or whatever. But this type of stuff, once this is produced and it's in a piece of jewelry, guess what? It's more than likely not going to be melted down, especially if it's Argentium. And this is like a site that sells it, Argentium Physical Silver. Now, today, I don't know, silver's going down a little bit. I know people are wondering. But, I want to point out something. Usually, when people think it's going to crash like a son of a bitch, it only goes so low. There is a lot of resistance around this 30-something mark. I don't know. It might not even go into the 20s, but who the hell knows? I can hit a refresh screen here, or maybe it's in 29 already, for all I know. But, well, see, it's up a little bit. Now it's almost 31. I should stand here all day and look at this shit. No, I'm not doing that, but I know some people do. Anyway, something else I want to point out about the price of silver, and also as a predictor that you can use as a simple analysis tool. Looking at this JP Morgan Global Index, it actually went up. Normally when this thing starts going up, the commodities start going up. That's another indication. I was like wondering why the hell this stupid silver went down so much on Friday. And, I figured it out eventually. It wasn't really because of the non-farm payrolls. Because that didn't make sense either, because there's more people hired, there's more production. And if this goes up, there's more production, so there's more demand on metals, right? I ain't worried about it, to tell you the truth, but I don't know if you want to wait to try to get some kind of buying opportunity. The silver pump and dumper clowns, whatever you want to call them, right? they might be right. You probably should just, if you don't have any, buy some. Buy some. I mean, I don't know. You might miss the boat. You could. I don't know. Now, this guy yesterday, I talked about him a little bit. I don't want to dwell on this too much because it gets too negative. But if you are, I was just curious because something. Greg Marino, right? Manarino, excuse me. Now, I don't really think I don't know. I don't want to say nothing negative, but I don't really listen to him. Okay, I'll tell you that. I have, and I looked a couple times. And I looked at, and then I don't know. I'm just not reading something right, but it's my opinion. Anyway, but if you want to know about him, because I guess he's not a Series 6 or 7. I don't know. That doesn't mean nothing. He did work for. He has it on here. It's his bio. It's public, so kind of like backtracking on his shit. If you want to look it up, it says he was, he went to school here in Staten Island, Wagner College, Bachelor of Science, and he was a health practitioner, and he worked for Bear Stearns as an analyst. So then he wrote all these books, and now he's got this new book out that replaces all the other books. Anyway, so he writes books, okay? Now, the only thing that I kind of laughed at when I saw this on his site, but I'm not trying to... Well, I don't know. The guys I used to work with, they're kind of like smart, they're wise asses too, but... But, when I see this, dear friends, every one of you is important to me, and I'm truly blessed to have everybody's support, so there's donations. I don't know. So, do whatever you want, though. Buy his book. So, anyway. Being a jerk, okay? So, I don't know. Something about that guy don't rub me right. But anyway. But I'm going to say is like this. If you really want to pump the silver and get it out into the hands of the people, it would be pretty easy to do through fashion. Fashion, okay? An idea nobody's even thinking of. Because they're a bunch of lunkhead adults. And that includes you, Max Kaiser. You buy who the hell wants a coin with your freaking ugly face on it? Really? How about selling some, jewelries to, hey, you want to look hot, baby? You wear this chain right here, you buy this chain or you have somebody buy it for you. You're hot as hell. That's what I mean. You're beautiful. You're pretty. Why the hell ever people buy jewelry? And you know what? They like wearing it. They like wearing it. And this type of stuff isn't like crazy amounts of money where you're afraid, I'm walking around. If this is platinum, it'd be thousands of dollars, but it looks just as good. And like I said, that new Argentium Sterling Silver doesn't tarnish, right? So fashion is the way we're going to bring down J.P. Morgan. Fashion. So it could be psychedelic, magical properties of silver, belly rings, whatever, a thing you wear on your head to protect you from, like instead of like the tinfoil hats, we can have the silver foil Argentium hair nets that make your hair look nice, and it's, protects you from all these harp waves or whatever the hell. You can make a conspiracy about that too. I mean, whatever you guys do for pumping silver, but you sure ain't thinking outside the box, And tell you the truth, I wish I knew how to melt down these damn coins and change them into a bunch of Argentium belly rings, chain rings, toe rings, or whatever there is out there, because this stuff would probably be worth $1,000 an ounce retail after it gets marketed and after the final product is made with a little mixture of germanium to make Argentium non-tarnishing, always beautiful sterling silver. And, that's the type of stuff, that's the type of silver that's never going to get back in the market again, because once you buy nice jewelry, you don't melt down jewelry, really. How often do people melt down jewelry? They just keep it. They like to wear it. If it looks nice, it's pretty. And you remember, the most important thing? Silver has magical properties. So if you melt it down, you're getting jinxed. So, once you buy that jewelry piece, it's a forever thing. You can make a whole cult about this damn thing. And, that's the way to do it. Just the way the hippies did it, right? I mean, really, you think about it. Most of this silver, and Max Kaiser, he's the head hippie. He's got to grow some hair. I mean, that's the problem with him. But anyway, get himself a reefer, push some hemp and silver, whatever, the whole thing. But these guys aren't thinking, man. I could sell this stuff like crazy. I could sell this stuff like crazy. I swear to God. I could put 1 billion ounces out there in the hands of the average person, no time flat. These guys are dolts. Anyway, I gave them my idea though. Let's see if they run with the ball.